Greetings everyone and welcome back to the Pale Beyond, where last time, as you can see, we abandoned ship. And, now we have a nice little campsite on the ice. Now our food and fuel supplies are somewhat low at the moment, so hopefully there is a way to remedy that, but yeah. We also have one crew member that's freezing and one that's demoralized. Currently the demoralized one isn't that big of a deal, I have a lot of decorum. The freezing one might be a problem though, because I am somewhat low on fuel. So, let's zoom in a bit. We have our orders here in the new request tent. We have the hoshpot and the furnace. We have the medical tent, where Kasha has also taken residence. We have some sort of conversation happening. Ah, doctor! How are you holding? Still finding yourself with bouts of sickness? No, that isn't the problem. It was only seasickness. Now that we are no longer at sea, my stomach is settled. For the most part. If you ever feel the queasiness set in once more, I learned an old trick in my travels. Simply close your eyes and count backwards from 10. It worked me a treat in my youth. Right, I'll try that. Okay, so yeah, I guess he's happy he's no longer on the ship. The first time we met him, he was having some seasickness, so it would make sense that he's happy. Seems like there's not much else happening on the ice at the moment, so I guess let's quickly check the medical tent. Yeah, okay, this seems fine. Let's go and take some orders, or some requests. That doesn't sound good. Okay, so the ship is collapsing on itself. I mean, we only took out the furnace. I guess the ice is pushing on it. Oh yeah, that's a damn good thing we left that ship. Oh my god. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, we can continue to watch even more. Oh, poor ship. Actually, no more sounds. Oh, well. So much for that one. Good thing we're not on the ship. She's gone. Okay, that's a lot of demoralization. Heads hang low amongst the crew. Yeah, I better find a way to use that AO. Because if 4 demoralized people, Kasha can deal with them all. I guess the ice managed to crash the ship and sink it. Let's go and see to some requests. Journal, nothing new here. Okay, let's take requests. We have only 2 people, which is somewhat surprising. Captain, take a look at this. Before the ship sank, I was checking the cabins of, well, the missing crew. Seems they left behind a good amount of their belongings. A good few books and the like. Not much use for them now. I put them on the top of the list to burn for fuel. We can't do that. Yes, we can. We are in need of as much fuel as we can find, Belfort. We need a good reason to preserve them. These aren't simply novels the missing crew brought with them for leisure. They left their journals behind, their diaries, logs of their life on the ship and before. This cannot be burned. Captain, I request that I hold on to these journals for use in my report. I think the rest of the crew would appreciate their stories being preserved. I mean, sure, it will be nice for morale, but our fuel situation is somewhat dire at the moment. I suppose the sailors would not take kindly to burning the remnants of their lost colleagues. Aye, but what else do we have? Not much else we can burn, is there? We need the fuel, Hammond. Take the books and burn them. That won't be necessary, Kasha. Keep the books for your report. I mean, how much fuel can books provide? Let's be honest. That's like, what, 5 minutes of the furnace burning? Don't really see much reason to burn them. Yeah, I'm not sure how much fuel the game will interpret them as. And I do have a lot of decorum, but it just doesn't seem like a proper decision to make. It's just not enough fuel in them. So let's go with that, won't be necessary. And we lost some loyalty with Hammond, got some loyalty with Kasha. Better find something better to burn then, Captain. We can't hold on bloody well everything. Yeah, well, I definitely hope we can find some. Thank you, Captain. I'm sure that their story is told. Won't be able to do that if we freeze to death. And we have Junior. Sure. I don't suppose you've been keeping track of the days. Of course I have. I have a great sense. Can't say that I have. I mean, I have been looking at the clock, or the thing we have on the top of the screen. So let's go with, of course I have. Well, you'll be pleased to know that today is Imbolc. I'm not aware of such an occasion. Not surprised you wouldn't recognize it. To us, it's a major holiday. Don't expect to ask the day off. No. Imbolc often comes with a traditional feast. I thought it might be good to hold one for the sailors' sake. See no problem. Yeah, I see the problem that we don't have food though. A nice idea, but we cannot spare the rations. There are no holidays on the ice you can celebrate when you return to land. Yeah, we can't spare the rations. I'm sorry. I thought that'd be the case. Ah well. It was worth asking. Okay, so we lost some decorum, but yeah, we can't afford losing food, so that should be fine. Also got some loyalty with Templeton, so that's good. And we have another request with Junior. Okay. Sure, I was investigating the tinned foods we picked from the Temperance. Yeah, that's... I should have expected this, but the tins were spoiled in the flooding. Is it still edible? Are you serious? We cannot afford to be too selective. It may not be pleasant, but if it can be eaten without poisoning the crew, it may still serve as rations. Hard to tell for certain there. Well, it's certain to taste like death, but it may still be edible. A may in that sentence is not so comforting. Food is food, but I'm not sure it's worth the risk. Yeah, I don't think so either. What do you think, Shaw? Yeah, okay, so a malnourished status effect will become the severe status scurvy after a week, unless cured. Yeah, this just seems like a bad idea, eating spoiled food. Even though we're at a dire situation, we just don't want to do that. Not worth the risk. I have no intention of poisoning my crew. Oh, there we go. Oh, we actually got Junior's loyalty. That's nice. I suppose we're better off avoiding that. One tin of peaches likely isn't worth the risk of poisoning. Okay. We still haven't found a way of getting food or fuel, so that's not ideal, let's be honest. So we have called a crew for dinner. We also seem to have a conversation here. Do you have any experience with cameras? No, but they can't be too complicated. Why did you go and break yours? Wait, what? No, but I was wondering... oh, I see. No, but I was wondering that if something did happen, you would at least have some parts to fix it with. I should. Question is if... what? Question is if I want to waste good parts on a... Oh, if I want to waste, I see, okay. Good parts on a bloody camera. Spare parts, you're hardly going to be wasting them. What more could some spare scrap be used for? You have no idea. Okay. I see some sort of conflict brewing there. You have the medical tent, you have the kennels. Let's check that out. Make sure we are keeping the dogs happy. Because we will have to send them on a hunt. Yeah, other than that, unless I want to call people for dinner, let's go to the medical tent. Can you cure people freezing? Let's see. You'll be cured of all stats effects by the end of the week. Oh, really? That sounds useful. Didn't know that. Okay. I guess let's assign you to... Oh no, it doesn't cure demoralization. Okay. They do cure the freezing though, which Honestly, sounds good to me. Let's get that going. And then let's get someone interviewed so we can remove their demoralization. So I guess let's heal this guy since he's one of our scouts and we won't be sending as many scout teams since we need to send the hunt as well. So that should be good, and we still have 2 more people that are demoralized. I'm not entirely sure how to use the air cakes. I guess if I add them into the hush pot. Yeah, I think that's how I used it, right? So whenever we are refueling the hush pot, we have to add some of those. Yeah, these penguins aren't worth much food, but they will have to. Okay, other than that, let's check out the scouting place. So we have 1 more available hunt of penguins. I guess let's send the full team to that. Probably want some competent sailors on it. Something like that. They also have that revolver. That should be good. Let's send those guys. And I guess I have a few more dogs. I can send the scientists probably. Not really sure how good that would be. Let's scout the area. Oh, perfect. Another hunt. Okay. And let's check this place out as well. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so here 2 more hunts available. So perhaps the next day or the next week we should be able to restock our supplies. Now I am somewhat tempted to send my scientists. However, I don't have that many available crew. Do I want to risk it? I'm not sure if I can send them at the end of the week or the end of the day, I suppose. Just so I can check out if we'll need them for anything else. Since this research thing doesn't seem as crucial. So that's not the button. I won't be sending them just yet. And hopefully I get the chance to send me later. We have the hush pot. So let's add 2 ale cakes. And all the penguins. So that's gonna give me some food. But yeah, I don't want to use these spoiled rations. That's for sure. We can use them for a few, I suppose. Yeah, let's go with that. And that cured the right 2 people, so I was hoping that would happen and not cure one of the ones I'm already curing. So that's great. Now let's check out this fuel situation. Coal goes in, we stay alive. Really, it's that simple, indeed. Let's feed the furnace. And I still have a bunch of coal, so that should be nice. I guess I'll hold on to these for now, since it's not really urgent. Okay, I don't really plan on using those for food, so let's feed the furnace. That should be good. And I guess I can cure 1 person of freezing. However, with enough temperature at the end of the week, I think I'll cure them anyway, so not really need to do that. So let's call the crew for dinner, I suppose. I don't see anything else we need to take care of. Unless there's something... No, doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's have dinner then. See how that goes. The crew have their meal. Okay, that was uneventful. The crew returned to their posts. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. Okay, thank God, we can still send scouting teams. And, there is some sort of event happening here. Are these dogs playing or fighting? At the kennels, you spot a pair of dogs engaged in an aggressive conflict. Teeth bared and snarling. The 2 creatures snap at each other. Cordo is nowhere to be seen, but the kennel master's whip has been left aside, resting atop a crate. As you look on, the fight begins to intensify. Fetch Cordo, grab the whip and crack it yourself, leave them be. Let's get the expert. You run to grab Cordo, you find her brewing the broth for the pack, and she quickly returns to the kennels upon your word. The dogs are still snapping at each other once she arrives. Cordo simply shakes her head and turns to you. This is nothing to be concerned with. At times, the dogs will go for the throat of another. but this is merely play. Dogs are inherently hierarchical creatures. They will fight for dominance, sometimes to the death. But these dogs are merely putting on a show of aggression for the others. A simple feed and they'll stop. Gordo turns back to her kennel before briefly turning her attention back to you. Regardless, thank you for informing me, Shaw. Oh, that's nice. Gordo returns to the kennel as you make your way back to the camp at large. Yeah, I didn't want to take any action without the expert, so let's just make sure to pet the dogs so they're happy. There we go. I still don't know if that does anything, but I sure feel good doing it. We have something happening here with Templeton. Sure, it has been quite some time since we met. When I first met you at the docks, Landborn, I knew you were suited for the role. Should learn to reserve your judgments, Templeton. That seems like a weird thing to say when he's happy with me. Are your thoughts different now? Did you not have a say in the crew? Let's go with this one. Are your thoughts different now? That remains to be seen, does it not? I can say I did not see this turn of events ahead of us. Okay. I'll speak with you again. I must retire for the evening. I'll see you in the morning's requests. Okay. And then we have some conversations happening here. Well, two in bulk. Not quite the same with leftovers. Sorry, I can't serve up more. Shaw wouldn't have it. Don't worry about the food, Junior. It's not about that. We got to celebrate it. That's what it matters. Sure. Okay. So we don't get extra moral penalty. That's nice. Let's look at this. Watching those young pups. Don't know how I had that much energy once. You're not alone there, friend. Hard to remember days I moved without this cane. Harder to remember having both eyes. They will look at us one day. Well, let's hope not. And we have Hammond. Can't tend to the furnace if I'm yabbing to you. Night. Okay. So be it. We have Junior over here. Good to see you don't hide away from the crew in the evening, Shaw. You didn't seem the type when I first saw you. Quite a pleasant surprise. I'm sure I have more in common with you than the usual colonial sort. I'd like to know more about my crew before to miss Captain. That's both of these seem kind of decent. Yeah, let's go with this one. I like to know more about my crew. Your crew? Suppose it's best for you to get comfortable. Okay. Yeah, I guess he still holds some likeness for Hunt. Can't really blame him on that. We seem to have two new conversations happening here. Been trying to come up with a new song. Something about seals. Oh, we are hunting those next week. Been trying to come up with a new song. Something about seals, I'm thinking. Hard to think though. Winds are too distracting. But I haven't had a new song in a while. You're the creative sort then. Keep it light. I'm sure the crew would appreciate something jovial. Anything but seals. Come up with something away from the ice. Let's go with this one. Keep it light. I'm sure the crew would appreciate something jovial. Aye, that's the plan. Harder to think jovial out here. Okay, and then we have Kurt over here. I'm flattered, but I really ought to be getting some rest, Shaw. Okay, so be it. I think we send out our scouts, and then we are done for the week. Let's check that out. We have scientists. I suppose I could send another hunt, can't I? Might actually not be a bad idea. Who can I send? I have engineers and scientists. Pretty sure I can just send the scientists and some sailors. Something like this. I mean, I'm still not sure what the science thing does, but what I'm sure of is that I'm running out of food. So let's go with that. Send another hunt since we have the dogs. Mr. Zack, Mrs. Gloss, Lefty, and runs are marked down to hunt for the week. And I suppose that's gonna do it for this week. Let me just check quickly. How long has the recording been going on for? I mean, it's somewhat short, it's only 20 minutes. We'll probably start next week. So let's check that out. There we go. So, food rations, I can actually go with normal, can I? No, I cannot. I have to go with this one. The food rations per crew member. Okay, so one crew will become malnourished. One crew will be cured of their freezing. Or I can make a crew member become freezing. It will cost us some morale, but we do save some fuel. And next week, if I do normal fuel, they should get cured of their freezing, so that's one way to do it. As for rations, that's my only option, so I think I'll go with this, so we can conserve some resources. And let's see how that goes. Got 5 penguins, 5 seals, so that's good. The dogs are rested. Gnomes became freezing on the sled hunt. Mist gloss became freezing. 2 Jones has been cured of their freezing. Okay, your recruiter is no longer demoralized. 2 Jones is demoralized. And Runs dies freezing. Mr. Gloss has become malnourished. Quite a few things that happened. Not sure what this thermometer is on the side. Maybe how many people will get freezing in a day or something. So we have 3 freezing people, 1 malnourished and 1 demoralized. Definitely quite a few things to take care of in this week. Okay, so we lost 5 decorum from the demoralization. Let's see what kind of events we have. So we have 2 discussions here. Let's listen to this. Well, seems that the crew are adapting nicely. They're getting on with their jobs like clockwork. Feels like we're back in the open ocean again. They know we're in here for the long haul. Well, I'll see to it that they're keeping up the good work. And you see to it that they're entertained when the work is done. Aye. You're short on words, aren't you? Prefer to talk through your music, eh? Sailor with the heart of a poet. Sure. Okay, and then we have Hammond. You see Hammond, hard at work on that boiler. Shit. Okay, well that doesn't sound good. Hard at work, I see. Is there a problem? Do you ever intend to take a break? Hard at work, I see. Have to be. If I sit with my thumb up my ass, we'll be dead before we know it. Don't need me asleep at the post. Need something, Captain? No, just checking in. Inform me if there's any issues. Should get some rest. I mean, he really should get some rest. Like, I'm starting to get worried about him. It will cost me some loyalty, but honestly, we should get some rest. I'm not mad, Captain. I get rest when I can. I know what I'm doing, sure. That's what you're wondering. If you don't need anything, I'm getting back to work. Okay. Okay. Sounds good, sounds good. I suppose I can send our demoralized person to Kasha, but let's check out the other events first. We have Cordo, Captain. We have had our share during the hunting season, but that appears to be winding down. What do you mean it's winding down? I need all the food I can get. I wouldn't put my faith in there being an abundance of game in the coming weeks. Oh no. That's not good. Let's what else do we have? The hush pot, we can take requests. Yeah, that definitely sounds worrying. My food situation is quite dire. The last thing I need is not being able to hunt. Okay, let's do requests first. Okay, who needs anything? It's only Junior. Sure, got a matter we need to settle with you. I don't see the problem here. Tucker was going through his personal belongings on the ship, and we found this. A tin of treats, biscuits, confectionaries, quite a lot. And now, I was hardly hiding them away. They're just my own private selection, a gift from my grandmother before the expedition. Baked them herself. I understand you see those as your personal effects. That was true at the point. But as it stands, food is food, and we need all we can. Yep, we definitely do. You cannot reasonably hoard it to yourself. They're hardly filling, they're just some biscuits. They're filling enough? Listen, now's not the time to keep something like that to yourself. Agreed, took her hand in the tin. To join our rations. Deprive my crew of their sentimental object. Hold on to them, don't waste them. Yeah, we gotta take them. Our food situation is too dire. I know it'll probably piss him off, but... Alright, I understand. Times like this, crate of tinned food. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so we got some extra food. That should help our situation a bit. Very few requests since we have gone on the ice. Let's see. We have the dinner. Anything else? We have something happening with the docks, I think. No, just the kennels themselves. Nothing here, I suppose. Let's go in here and make sure we are curing people of freezing. Let's go into the med bay and get everyone who is freezing to, I guess, suppose without one. Because I can cure one person with the few at the end of the week. So yeah, that sounds good. Let's put these two people. Actually, I will put the scientist like so. And we still have some other things we need to take care of. I don't think he can cure malnourishment. He can cure malnourishment. Oh, that's actually really good. So I can definitely afford to go with less rations. Okay, so that's a great discovery. Seems like our doctor will be extremely useful. So yeah, let's command to rest. There we go, that sounds good. And I don't think I can do that without all the scientists, so yeah. Let's get someone to be interviewed. Assign crew for interview. And we can assign to John. That way he can be cured of his demoralization. Gets this research, which I still don't know what exactly it's used for, but seems good. And seems like dinner is up next. Let me check this. Okay, so we still have those seals, thank god. Let's feed the hoshpot. So I suppose, not sure if these things spoil. Hopefully they don't. Wait, how is the seal the same amount of food as the penguin? That's ridiculous. Let's use those tins before they spoil. And I guess let's dump most of the seals. That's gonna restock our food nicely. There we go. And yeah, definitely gonna go with less rations from now on, if we can cure malnourishment with the doctor. So let's just quickly check. Okay, so let's get dinner and then we'll end the video. The crew have their meal. The crew returned to their posts. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. Yeah, this is about to change, as you can see. The night is growing larger and larger. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode. We did quite a few things. We managed to get our food situation somewhat under control. We're doing okay on fuel still. We lost some decorum, but overall seems like we're managing well. Hopefully that continues on the same, but judging by what Pordo said about the hunts, might not be the case. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.